He's doing the opposite.
Just gave it all away for me, Derek. See, the funny thing about Minnesotans is they will support a Minnesotan wherever that Minnesotan happens to be. They just prefer that they be here.
This is such a celebration of soccer. The title is everywhere because the best in North America are going up against each other. The talent gap between Major League Soccer and Liga MX is getting oh so narrow, and that has everyone excited here. Like these guys. What are you looking forward to tonight and why?
I'm looking forward to...
Right now, I'm just with a group of people who are at the on-ramps chanting right now, "I can't breathe." They are responding to the officers who came on. They've been throwing tear gas out here at some of the demonstrators, the people walking through here, very peacefully, I might add. They started the day with the mission of doing this peacefully.
Second half comeback.
You can't win in the playoffs like that, Frank.
Well, good things these aren't the playoffs.
Not yet. You did write a check that Derek might have to catch. You want to arm wrestle me for real?
I am not that stupid.
All right, well, very busy day. The Wild snatched victory from the Jaws' defeat in the final period and overtime shootout. We'll talk about that and a lot more in 3 minutes.
It's not the only game in town.
No, sir. Well, the Wild are not in town right now. They're still on the West Coast. While we all went to sleep early last night, like responsible people, to try and offset this daylight saving situation, the Wild went and beat down the San Jose Sharks. So while you may or may not have been looking, they're second in the Central Division right now. Here are the big things to know from last night. Now, here is a tweet from Jake Kelly, known as Jake's Graphs on Twitter. He's a big Timberwolves guy, and proclaimed back in February that if the Timberwolves do not finish top 6 in the Western Conference, he'll stick himself aside an RV somewhere for the same number of hours as the team's final seed. To make this punishment more grueling, he'll take off an hour for every beef and cheddar sandwich he eats while he's there, which frankly is a horrifying idea. So with 7 games to go, the Timberwolves just broke a 3-way tie for 7th place and control it. Either these boys can catch fire and escape the play-in tournament, or y'all might want to say a little prayer for Jake's guts.
What about this conversation do you think are we getting it right? Where in this conversation do you think we can be doing it better?
It's definitely time to unify. Sometimes it takes tragedies to bring people together.
We were seeing hand sanitizer average for $60 a bottle. Others were hawking $1 a squirt for hand sanitizer, and these things are real.
Minnesotans are feeling economic pressure as the COVID-19 outbreak drives consumer fears.
I won't say which store, but their milk went up 50 cents. And even at the low-price dollar stores, things are it's skyrocketing.
But the state does not have a price gouging law. One of Governor Tim Walz's 3 executive orders bans selling necessary goods for more than 20% of what they cost just weeks ago.
While the vast majority of people's basic human nature and decency would come through, there would be a few of those that would try and prey on people, especially the vulnerable, at a time of disruption.
There's no reason to play into fear and try to make money off of people with that.
It's been a larger problem around the country. Hand sanitizer, disinfectant, at outrageous prices.
And it's almost black market line level, the way I see it too. I don't know how many people would think of it that way, but it is kind of working on the black market.
This week, Minnesota's Attorney General's office fielded numerous complaints about price gouging. The most popular items included water, toilet paper, bleach, and hand sanitizer. In a statement today, Attorney General Keith Ellison cited at least 150 complaints, but noted that the order does not target stores that increase prices out of necessity.
We're protecting citizens, but we're protecting legitimate vendors who are selling things the way that they should.
About that $60 bottle of hand sanitizer, violating this order carries a penalty of $10,000 per sale.
It's good leadership.
The order aims to keep life as affordable as possible for Minnesotans. Norman Seawright, WCCO 4 News.
Parents are paying these people to come to games. Everyone gets a mixtape. Everyone looks at the camera now and taps on their head when they dunk on someone, and it's all highlight after highlight after highlight, and now only kids watch highlights. They don't watch the actual basketball game, the purity of the game. And you're seeing it with some of these guys that come to the NBA, all the talent in the world, but like they need to be taught basketball because like this is what basketball is now. Like highlight culture has absolutely, it has killed the game of basketball.
Minnesota Timberwolves guard Austin Rivers' take on the state of basketball at the beginning of the year struck a chord with St. Cloud Tech junior Cameron Ferguson.
It's true to an extent. Everyone's like playing for mixtapes, but like everyone's also playing to get an offer. So like people are trying to do the little things sometimes, but like there's also that people that just play for the mixtapes and for the media.
Ferguson and his father Don, who's also head basketball coach at St. Cloud Tech, understand the pros and cons to highlight reels on social media.
Mixtapes came along and it really helped with recruiting. If you had a mixtape, college coaches followed that, right? Because they were able to, see kids from other parts of the country that normally they would have to spend big money on, traveling on a regular basis. Now I can sit at my gym and, see a kid that might be in, the Carolinas, and I'll be able to reach out that way.
In the last 3 years, the utility and importance of a highlight mixtape intensified.
COVID really shut down that 2-year window where coaches couldn't get out and get on the road and really see talent. If you were on one of those mixtapes, that meant you were one of those guys. Now, it's strictly a recruiting tool. That's the biggest difference there, where now you really don't have to really work to get a mixtape, especially with Huddle. Everybody has a mixtape.
It really gets big during the AAU. When you see a big name step on the court, people try to go at him, and they're really not playing to win. They're playing for themselves.
To Rivers' point, Tamron knows the one way to overcome whatever damage mixtapes may have done to the game.
I just know, if you do the little things, they'll eventually come. No matter how long you wait, even if there's cameras, the cameras are going to come to you eventually if you're doing well.
In St. Cloud, Norman Seawright, WCCO 4 Sports.